arguably the best side in England this season, Liverpool, and a side in Newcastle who I think have long been waiting for this moment. They had that prior League Cup final against Man United that they lost, but it's been 70 years since they've won a major trophy, Newcastle. So this is a long time coming, potentially, should they win it. It's gonna be a huge clash. I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. I'm nervous a little because I think Wembley offers a lot of variability. I'm going to read the lineups in just a second. They are on screen. Bear with me for a moment while I finalize some stuff. We're 12 minutes from kickoff. Get your predictions in chat. Sound off whether you're on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, and consider subscribing/following. Going to be doing a whole lot of coverage in this one, commentary and the works. Magpie fans look absolutely amped for the moment. I'm pretty amped as well, I will say. But okay. My prediction for today, it's gonna be tough to fully predict it. I have a weird feeling it might go to penalties. I'm gonna say that Liverpool win 2-1. Salah and say Jota scoring, and for Newcastle, I'm gonna go with Isak. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Who else would it be for them? No offense to any other Newcastle player, just Isak is genuinely world class in my opinion. I do fear the kind of possibilities that could come should Newcastle take the lead early. Only because a Wembley atmosphere could lend itself to something where if Newcastle take the lead, Liverpool could be in a position where they're just struggling to kind of get back into the game as the crowd kind of just builds and builds and builds. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not fully confident on like oh my God, this is gonna be, a quote unquote routine performance from Liverpool that we've seen this season, because generally Liverpool do pretty well, all things considered, on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. But a League Cup, especially against Newcastle, I'm pretty sure Dubravka was in the last final, if I'm not mistaken, because Pope was out injured still. I could be wrong, don't quote me. But it's a pretty well kind of well-distributed lineup for Newcastle. We'll read the lineups right now. For Liverpool, we have Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Konate, Virgil, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, and Jota up top. And for Newcastle, we have Pope, Trippier, Shar, Byrne, Livermento, Gumaresh, Tonali, Joelinton, Murphy, Isak, and Barnes. Injury list is as follows for both sides. For Liverpool, we're missing Morton, Alexander, Arnold, Gomez, and Bradley. And for Newcastle, it's Lascelles, Hall, Botman, and a suspension for Anthony Gordon, if I'm not mistaken. He's not on the bench, is he? Nope, he's not. That suspension is being upheld. So, all in all, thoughts on Newcastle generally this season. I don't think they're playing the worst they've played all time, but sixth. Now I thought Fulham were okay. I had Fulham and Newcastle mixed up in my head. I thought Fulham were in sixth and Newcastle were in eighth, but it's the flip. Point aside, Newcastle are knocking on the door of Champions League spots. With the way that the results went this weekend, should Newcastle win their game in hand, which I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but should they win that, they have a really good chance at getting at least maybe Europa League. I mean, it's a battle between them, City, Chelsea, Brighton. Fulham's in that conversation as well. Villa and Bournemouth's just outside it, but Bournemouth's slightly slipping away. They had it was a loss against Brentford, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. No wins in their last 5 for Bournemouth, but today's not about them. It's about Newcastle, who have had some shaky form in the league, most recently winning away from home against West Ham, which is impressive for sure, but 2-0 loss to Liverpool at Anfield, the 4-3 against Nottingham Forest at home. I heard Villa magically appeared. That is crazy. I literally did just mention Villa for the first time on the stream today. I don't know who these people going through and shaking hands are, but they seem like slightly relevant people. It looks like just some sponsors, probably. Oh yeah, it's definitely some sponsors. But regardless, Newcastle, 2 wins in their last 5, 3 losses. Not the best form themselves, but they've been in and out in terms of injuries. Burns featuring, that's going to be huge. Botman's back, that's big. Isak is fit. Cher, super underrated center back, he's fit. It doesn't spell out alaikum salam, Ali, how's it going, brother? It doesn't lend itself for a really easy outing for Liverpool today. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than I would like to admit, like many Liverpool fans. I think it's going to be a really long final, quote unquote. It's going to be drawn out. Newcastle, if they get that first goal, they're going to defend like all hell. And personally, I just feel as if right now this has all the makings of being a very classic League Cup final. I see seas of red and seas of black and white stripes, and it's looking really decorative. It's looking festive. Wembley's looking electric. Yeah. So we'll see how this progresses. I'll have all the coverage and commentary of the game. We're 4 minutes away from kickoff. Get your predictions in chat, and sound off. Share the stream. That really does help. Like it as well, or subscribe and follow, depending on what platform you're on. I'm going to read out the lineups again. For Liverpool, we have Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Robertson, McAllister, Virgil, Konate, Salah, Gravenberch, Jota, Szoboszlai, and Diaz. Pretty full strength bench for Liverpool, I should say. It seems pretty solid. I won't lie. going to read out Newcastle's as soon as the animation on the screen changes. The stream has stuck on Liverpool for a while. I didn't know how long it was going to stay, so I blurted it out as fast as I could. So apologies for that. But, you know, big match today for Liverpool. As big as it is for Liverpool, I'll admit it's like 100 times more significant for Newcastle. Their lineup is Pope, Trippier, Livramento, Tonali, Schär, Byrne, Guimaraes, Joelinton, Isak, Murphy, and Barnes. Oh, nah. I didn't. The lineup. Hold up. God, dude. 1 second, chat. I didn't realize that my lineups were messed up. Oh my days, that's embarrassing. Players are getting ready, warming up and such. Currently a couple seconds, I should say. Really, it's only a minute away from kickoff. Get your predictions in, chat. Sound off. I'm excited. Hope you are as well. Hope you're doing well. And both sides are now in a huddle of their own. Liverpool's taking a little while longer than Newcastle's. We'll see how resounding the support is at Anfield South today. Jude Bellingham on TikTok says Liverpool win 3-1. Good prediction. I said a 2-1 win. I think it's going to be a cagey affair. I think both sides have a lot at stake to win here. It could be Arne Slot's first trophy. It could be Newcastle's first major trophy in 70 years, not 30. I just saw the number 30 on my screen. I said it instead of number 70. My apologies. But 70 years, long wait. Will Newcastle manage to upset Liverpool, or will Liverpool add another to their trophy cabinet? And Virgil goes long. We are underway. Header from Newcastle as Kwanzaa clears it. Trent injured due to his kind of, I guess it was a lower leg ankle injury, sprain. I don't know what you want to call it, but against PSG, the injury that he sustained has ruled him out of this game. Queven Kelleher takes a spot up as the cup goalie for Liverpool, besides Champions League. Dropped up with a foul there, and Newcastle get a free kick. I feel like Newcastle will try to manage this game to the best of their ability. The fact that they are kind of still in competition for a Champions League spot, a top 4, a top 5 spot potentially, means that Newcastle has an element of risk to this game as well. I mean, Liverpool are really the team with a lot less to lose, if we're being real here, because of the advantage at the top. Now that Liverpool is out of the Champions League, they don't have to manage with that. But Newcastle's really going to have a huge run-in against few sides for the last 9-10 games of the Premier League season. Curious to see how it plays out for them. Them getting back into the Champions League would be a massive success story for Eddie Howe. Be a testament. I think it could mean that they wouldn't have to potentially sell as many of their star players. I still think Isak could be out of the door. I don't know. If you're a Newcastle fan, don't rage at me immediately. Header away on that Newcastle cross by a Liverpool defender, and McAllister now heads it away as Szoboszlai, the turn, tries to free himself from the pressure of that Newcastle midfield, and he's able to do so, but Liverpool very quickly kind of just trying to get the ball up vertically, players with their hands up, and they do so to get it to Luis Diaz. And Lucho here down the left wing. Foul. Yikes, mate. Not what you want to see. Bit end-to-end to start for the opening 2.5 minutes. Not the worst performance I've seen from either side. Nothing really to comment on. But I feel like this fixture will really get dicey around the halftime interval. And right after it. And then it'll probably go and bleed into the second half. For like a good 10-15 minutes. That opening period of time will be very just like high octane. You reckon there's a chance of Isak coming to us next season? There's rumors. I don't know. I mentioned it just now slightly. Ooh, a flick up from a Newcastle player. I think it was Barnes, and it's out for a goal kick. I think there's a chance. There's always like a chance. I think it'd be a really, like, I would sell Guimaraes ahead of Tonali. I know he's their captain. I would sell, or ahead of Isak, not Tonali. I'd sell Tonali probably even ahead of Isak. I don't know. Personally, like, it's tough to say that, I would, a player like Isak, regardless of how fit he is or isn't, is someone that he's a incredibly talented player. You build around that immediately. Some of the finishes and strikes he has and his versatility is wonderful. There's some reporting from Fabrizio Romano, who said that Isak has a solid chance of signing for Liverpool in the summer. There's interest. There's this, as Romano described it, quote, obsession on the end of Arsenal with Isak. He thinks that there's a chance that they could sign him as well. It's all just kind of speculative at this point. Which is understandable because we're so far away from the transfer window. But I know people love talking transfers, and I do too. Don't get me wrong. I love it as much as the next person. It's just Isak's the one that, like, I think of for myself, and I'm like, if I'm Newcastle ownership, I personally couldn't live with myself if I let Isak go. Like, if he wanted to go and it was like becoming untenable, sure, like that's a different thing. But like, if he's happy and you can build around him to a degree to keep him, you want to add to that. But maybe Isak's the best return. Newcastle with a corner routine here, and quick reaction from Gravenberch leads to a corner kick here for Newcastle. But I think there's probably like a 30% chance, maybe 25% chance that Liverpool sign Isak. You don't hear interest about a player for Liverpool often, unless it is, unless it is kind of somewhat concrete or there. Oh my days. Dan Burns in the box, target for the cross. Ball is cleared. McAllister clears it as well. And a header from Szoboszlai into the path of Diaz. That was incredibly accurate. And Pope does brilliantly. I gotta tip my hat off there to him, because that was really, really well timed by Nick Pope to just kind of keep it away. Robertson here, bro, what is that? It's got to be a free kick for Liverpool, right? Yeah, two Newcastle players just kind of colliding with the Scotsman there. Set piece coming in here. We have a solid couple options here. Robertson fakes it. McAllister takes it. And it was just terrible. I don't know what the plan was there. And Newcastle trying to spring a counterattack here, but it's cleared pretty comfortably by Ryan Gravenberch, who was operating as the last man back there. I guess I don't know how to feel about next season given the contracts and Darwin situation. He also said Darwin is likely to be sold, which, like, if you know anything about this channel, and the history of it, just historically, first video on this channel was a Darwin Nunez kind of reaction video. I think it's still up, right? Let me check. I want to double check it's still up, but it was nervous for him. When Darwin stepped up for that pen on Tuesday, I was nervous for him. Yeah. I knew he was going to miss it. I'm not trying to get like amped up and emotional about this, but I knew he was going to miss it. I knew Curtis was going to miss his as well. It genuinely was like a pure, like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It was just this full on, like, lack of confidence, just fully. They had no. Isak called for the foul on Virgil. But yeah, no, it was a full on lack of confidence. And at that point, that was my breaking point. Like, you can't bury a penalty. Yeah, the choice of players who took the penalty was crazy. The subs were off. That was I think I talked about it in my most recent video, but that was the first match I was really upset with some of the in-game management, some of the squad like choices. A team like PSG, you should have started Darwin from the start. Really made their back line have to question really everything throughout the match. I only caught like the second half of that game. I'm pretty sure that he came off the bench though in the Champions League. Let's check. To knockout. Yeah, 73rd minute I think he comes on. Yeah. Listen. I think Jota's been off the pace for a bit. But even he could have, like, him as a penalty taker seems more kind of like confident to me on paper than Darwin, period. So why not start Darwin and give him like this kind of like ability to just stretch that back line? Maybe he doesn't even go to penalties. What a wild effort. A Liverpool player's down. It's McAllister. He got hit in the face, I think. But let's see this replay. I don't know what that was. McAllister just kind of fell after trying to skirmish with Dan Burn for a second. The thing for me was realizing we need strikers other than Salah. I 100% agree. The forward line options for Liverpool are all really good, but they're all really good, like, support players, if we're being real. Like, they offer so much in terms of support and sometimes finishing off plays, but like, it's not like they're extremely prolific and consistently available and creative and, you know, just like everything you'd want. Salah is that. For a period of time, the front three under Klopp, Salah, Firmino, and Mane were fully like, oof. They were all fully kind of like firing. They all felt like threats individually and in combination. And now we're at a point where at times I could see the vision, but it's not consistent enough to be on that same scale from the likes of Jota, Diaz, Nunez, Gakpo. Gakpo is the closest, I think, in terms of being fully complete as a player. He gets some solid assists in there. I think they all have very uniquely creative traits that make them decent players. And some, I think, on their day are great players. But the only one that's closing, not, I wouldn't even say closing in on world class, because it takes some time to get there, to really see him kind of spring into that. He has to make some more steps, but I feel like Gakpo could get there. He has the most tools, I think. But in terms of like a fully complete article, if I'm being real, I like Isak. I really do. And this isn't a slight to Isak. It's not a slight to Newcastle players or fans, I should say more specifically, just the club in general. I feel like Newcastle is about the level that Isak, like that, he could reach his full potential at a club like Newcastle. And I don't think that, I do think he'd be maybe better. Maybe his ceiling is like equivalent at Liverpool, but honestly, none of them are good enough for Liverpool other than Salah. I feel like Jota is over too. Yeah, Jota gets injured a lot to justify being that, like, him being the guy will never really be an option. With Nunez leaving, likely, Jota is a question mark, because like you could have him as like your third guy, like a backup on the left wing and striker, and he'd be the best option you could ever have. But like I don't see a world where he can carve out that starting spot consistently unless he's able to just dodge the injuries. And that's really been the issue consistently. He gets injured and then he doesn't play, and then he falls off once he's back. But ooh, what a tackle that was. It was clean though from Kwanzaa. Then Murphy with a strike that just veers away from frame of goal for a goal kick. It's just that there's, with Isak, my issue is that the price tag on Isak is so large. It leads me to believe that I don't think it's the wisest decision if you're Liverpool, because he's going to cost 40 mil, 150 mil. Like, I think he's talented. I think he's great. I just feel like I'd rather maybe get Gyökeres for 65. He feels like someone who would offer a lot as well. It's the striker market's weird. There's no one that's really that complete. I guess Isak is. If I did see a question on maybe Alvarez, I mean, does Alvarez stay at Atletico Madrid long term, or if we could give him like something where it's like similar fee or just under what they spent, like if they spent like, I think it was 70 mil, if we gave him like 60 mil, which is what the fee for Gyökeres is expected to be, which is still, both of them would be a lot cheaper than Isak, I imagine. It would probably be 70, 80 maybe, depending on how he closes off the season. I feel like Gyökeres is somewhat Premier League proven. You could see it work. And I feel like Alvarez is also just like, so if we had Alvarez, that would be insane. Is Alvarez a proper 9 though? Yeah and no. It's tough because like positionally, he is very versatile and flexible. He does lack maybe the clear qualities of like a 9 to the fullest degree. Maybe some of the physicality of one. But it's also like, if you're looking at options who are very physical for like just strikers and forwards and number 9s, I mean, if we want a physical option at the 9 that's like fully like a proper 9, I would go with Gyökeres. If we want a more false 9 kind of Firmino, I'm not saying he's the same type of player as Firmino, but a more, I guess he's closer to the Jota stylistically, but like a tactically flexible striker who you could play as like a false 9 and a cam and a striker, then I say we go for Alvarez. You know, it's tough to say. I really rate Julian Alvarez. I don't think that any of them would be bad options. It's just the price tag's so high, you start wondering, could the money be invested better elsewhere? How are we going to raise the funds in this FFP era? I guess Darwin is one sale you could count. Maybe Kelleher. There's players that will probably get moved on. The contract situation, I think Virgil probably is wrapped up. I think not like fully wrapped up, but Virgil, continuously news is coming out that he's having like meetings, they're discussing stuff. So I imagine they're trying to get Virgil done, get Salah done. And I think Trent's also somewhere on like a roadmap to getting done. I do think Trent has probably played this season, at least in the media, to the best of his personal ability. Maybe not in a way that us fans will be happy with, but I understand what he's doing. I think maybe I could be wrong. If he goes Madrid, I just look stupid, but there is a very likely chance that he's using this Madrid offer as a proposal to be like, listen, like, I'm going to play my prime years here. I want like the luxury package that Madrid's going to give me just here at Liverpool. And if you don't think I'm worth that, then you don't think I'm worth that, and I'll go play at Madrid, which is something that, I mean, who knows how much Madrid's offering? Will they blow up their whole wage structure to supplement and allow Trent to be in it? If it's like something outrageous, like 400K a week, would they like, you know, supersede someone like Mbappe and Bellingham? I don't think so. But would there be, I mean, there's a sign-on bonus likely. Like maybe Trent wants some kind of sign-on bonus. Maybe Trent wants some kind of future assurances. I think we could sell Darwin, Chiesa, Jota all in one window. Although I'd sell Cody and Diaz too. Nah, you can't do all of them. You need some continuity. I think that Liverpool will sell Darwin for sure, because there's too much smoke there for it to not be true, or there not to be some kind of interest. Chiesa is one that I really think, I mean, he's not featuring now. Will he feature next season? I really doubt it. I think Chiesa could like end up being loaned out with an obligation to buy somewhere in like Italy, or maybe like to another Premier League side, or just being fully sold. Cody, I'd keep. I think Cody has a lot of potential. Diaz, I wouldn't mind keeping, but I could see Diaz also going. I could see Diaz going to like a Barcelona, but that would require like someone at Barcelona. Like, is Rafinha gonna lose his spot? I don't know. I don't think so. Neither is Lamine Yamal. I think there could be a whole like overhaul of the front line, but who are the options? You know, who are you looking at getting at that point? If you're Liverpool, so far game's been kind of stop start, free kick here from Kelleher. It's been, you know, there's not been any concrete chances, but there's been just like a lot of scrambling for the ball, so to speak. Let me see. see. What do we have here? Those two Newcastle fans they just showed tried to get Victoria Beckham to sign Brooklyn up to play for Newcastle. Oh my days. It's a bold effort. I mean, Luis Diaz is said to be on Transfermarkt at least. And these valuations are obviously off. Oh my days, Newcastle nearly just scored. Tonali with a great strike. I think no deflection on it. So goal kick for Liverpool. I mean, you're looking like if you Diaz is valued at 85 mil. Kvaratskhelia is valued at 85 mil as well, apparently. I don't know what the valuations are here or why. But I mean, it's a bold claim. It's also bold, I guess, maybe contract wise, because Diaz is probably still under contract for a while, and then like to buy him out of the contract, like it would cost you a lot more. I think that's just what's happening here. I'm trying to see options. So like selling Darwin and say Jota maybe and Chiesa, I think you can expect to generate maybe what? Tough to really say. Jota's said to be around 50 mil. I mean, probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 120 mil. Who would I want though is the question, you know? Dude, there's so many players I just feel like aren't like I feel like there's so little players that are an appropriate fit for what Slot is trying to do. I think Gyökeres would be fantastic. I think he would be wonderful. I think Isak would be great too. On the left wing, I don't know. I like Barcola. I like Kelleher with a great save. I like Barcola. I do like Gordon as well, but like is that really what we want here? Like I don't know what the left wing option should be. Osimhen. Live game on your stories, Samba Hope. Osimhen, maybe. Is he 27? Osimhen, I think he's 26. Konate on the ball here for Liverpool. Plays it to Virgil. Virgil looking for a passing option. Kind of motions some players as Diogo Jota drops deep. I don't know who you're really hoping to sign on that left wing if you're Liverpool. Wow, what a tackle that was. Was it Kwanzaa or Konate? I couldn't get a good look at it real quick. I looked up and saw a Newcastle counter. It was looking terrifying. I mean, realistically, you want like Nico Williams wouldn't be bad, you know, on that left wing. Nico Williams and Gyökeres. Dude. Keep Diaz and Gakpo, but like Gakpo likes to play on the left. Luis Diaz likes to play on the left. I mean, if you sold Diaz, Jota, Nunez, and Chiesa, and just kept Gakpo and Salah, so you'd have Gakpo and who's Nico Williams on the left wing. You'd still have to get a right wing options. The sad part about that, like trying to see the numbers. So like the numbers, Mason. But Kudos would be cool. But like, would he want? Like, I personally, if we had an option of Kudus or Nico Williams, I'm taking Nico Williams every day. But we're selling, say, in this hypothetical situation, Diaz, Jota, Nunez, Chiesa. It's a free kick here for Liverpool, by the way. Osimhen, I wouldn't mind at all. I need confirmation. He's 26. I think that'd be a smart move, too. It would... Not that it matters, just speaking from experience, it would really just stifle Liverpool every couple of years during the AFCON. That would be a little unfortunate, but it's not anything we haven't gotten over it in the past. And I don't think it's really had any massive weight besides individual player fitness, which is relevant for sure. But I think if we get like 2 players in each position that are just competent and willing to fight, it wouldn't even matter, because then whoever is out of form, because maybe by the time that player goes off to AFCON, they could be out of form, and there could be someone else who's like just like trying to get in there. Other strikers I like. Ooh, I was talking to a West Ham fan, and we see Kudus in a Marseille or similar. What does it say? Similar club. Nico Williams plays for Athletic Club Bilbao. I could kind of see what you're saying. Like, he is like closer to Europa League kind of maybe level player. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I do kind of see a lack of offside from Lucho there after the collision with Pope. I think other options. Yeah, he's off. Other options for Liverpool. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of go crazy here and see who they could get. I'm gonna do the math real quick though. So let's say 50 for Jota, plus say 60 for Luis Diaz, plus 10 for Chiesa. That's being generous, maybe even. How much for Darwin? Let's just say 55 mil to like round down, because I'm imagining not all the money is going into the strikers. You need a left back, you need center back. They need I mean, there's gonna be revenue generated from, the Premier League win, the appearance here, the Champions League appearances and all that, and shirt sales. That gets us to 175 mil. Still a lot of money. Still a lot of money. So let's say, I'm going to say, if I get a pick at a striker, man, that's tough. That is tough. Gyökeres plays for which club? I don't know him either. He plays for Sporting. And whoa, that should be a foul. 100%. Where's the yellow on that? He plays for Sporting in Portugal. I think Lucho might have broke his arm or something. Trippier's playing like an absolute prat. I'll tell you that. He deserves like a sending off for this. Was it Trippier? Was it Byrne? I don't know. One of them. But somebody deserves at least a yellow card for that. That was a full, like, through the back, like... Trippier, yep. Yeah, he just pushes Luis Diaz. That's so... While he's up in the air trying to get the header, he doesn't even make contact for the ball. Did he get a yellow? He didn't even get a yellow, did he? That's so stupid that he didn't get a yellow. Robertson. That's so crazy. That's a goal kick. Yeah, he plays for Sporting. He played for Coventry City, had like 20 plus goals in the championship. Then he went to Sporting and tore it up there. Won the league with Amorim. Did really well in that season. I don't know how he's doing now, but I think he's been pretty decent. As far as Dembele would be great too. Yeah, he just costs an arm and a leg, I think. And I don't want as many, like, historically Liverpool, when they shop in that 35-40 mil price range, they hit gold. Obviously not everyone's going to work. Obviously it's going to be different levels of success. Ooh, like 40 and 50 is still probably acceptable, but someone in Dembele's price range, especially if he wins a Ballon d'Or by, winning the Champions League with PSG, man, his price range, he'll be an unsellable player for PSG then, I think. I would go, so that's 70 on Nico, let's say. Ooh, good save from Kelleher off the header from Dan Byrne. So 70 for Nico Williams. I would do Gyökeres. I think his fee is going down to 65 in the summer. It's like a gentleman's agreement between him and the Sporting owner because he stayed to the summer. So let's say 65. That's 135 mil. Leaves you with 40 mil to spend on. I mean, at that rate, really, if you got Gakpo as your backup left winger, you need a new striker, a new right winger for 45 mil. But even then, those don't feel like Liverpool buys. Like, if I'm thinking like of who Liverpool might sign, like those guys would be great. Antoine Semenyo would be an interesting like person to add to the squad, but like there is question marks around him for me. I don't know what his ceiling looks like. I don't think it's that great. The absolute means if PSG wins the Champions League the year Mbappe leaves to win the Champions League with Real Madrid, yep, that'd be karma at its finest. I think, dude, John Duran's value went down to 40 million euros. Dude, I need to see this. This is an insane fall off. Desiree Doué, or Doué, I should say. He's someone that I think would be a wonderful fit on the left wing for Liverpool. I think you'd need a bit more kind of focus and somebody more, like, I think him and Gyökeres would be great. That'd be an estimated like what? Probably like 105 mil for the two of them. Luis Diaz chasing. Now Salah chasing as well. Newcastle trying to launch a counterattack, and Isak versus Virgil. And very good from Liverpool here to just kind of keep the ball away from Newcastle. Newcastle trying their best to just keep this play alive, but Liverpool do really well here. Kwanzaa charging forward. Jarrell Kwanzaa still. Dan Byrne on the ball now. Joe Linton, I think he got a foul there, and he's trying to amp up the Wembley Newcastle faithful. Let me see his market value real quick, and then I'll get off of John Duran. How much was he sold for, bro? Okay, let's see. So he's valued at around 40 mil right now. John Duran. Oh, he was sold for 77. So yeah, they lost 37 mil effectively in terms of value. Trippier holding his hamstring. Aw, poor Trippier. Loser. I think honestly, Due, I was really impressed with. I don't know if he'd have any interest in wow, a collision of heads. 3 heads. This is bad. Joelinton's such a... Let's see what happened here. Yeah, Konate did elbow Joelinton a bit there. Suboslai got headbutt in the back of the head there. Slight collision with Tonali. I don't know who you get on that left wing. It's really tough. Not sure if you're looking into Duran as a potential target, but watch out for his ego. Not even as a potential target. I just stumbled across him and I was shocked that his value was down so much from the like 70 mil that you guys sold him on for. I think his time in Europe may have already kind of sunsetted, which is sad to say because he was extremely entertaining to watch. So is life, you know. I think, man, it's tough. It is tough to say. I wouldn't mind, yeah, no, I think they gotta probably closer up here. I wouldn't mind Gyökeres, I wouldn't mind Nico Williams, I wouldn't mind Desiree Doué. Doué, Gyökeres, you could do for 140. So you could have 35 mil in is that a handball maybe? There's no VAR at Wembley, right? I don't think. But you could get Doué. Lucho trying to get through. He can't quite. I don't know who else I'd want as an option there. You need like 2 forwards because Gakpo is going to want to play on the left. I don't mind Brian Mbeumo. Yeah, he went for the bag, but he grew up in poverty. That'll change his family's life forever. I don't blame him whatsoever. It's with someone that was playing, especially the way he was playing, like it was so like almost volatile at times because it was like super high, like over performance of your XG and taking these long range strikes and I mean landing them, but like who knows if that's consistently gonna land. And like you said, the attitude problem and such. It was probably the wisest decision he could have made from a financial perspective. Not like because he could play there for however long, get paid out, and then move on. Still probably come back to Europe. I don't see him at like a I thought he'd end up being like a Bayern, Barca, Juventus type target, like a big like European like Champions League striker. But I mean, hey, credit to him, bag's the bag. You could get... I'm trying to see who else they have on the right wing. No one moves me. I guess Mbuemo. You could do Mbuemo, Gyökeres, and Due. It's looking like, what, 90, 155, so 20 mil left over. That could go into Kirkej fund. You could get another center back as well somehow. I think that'd be wise. Throw in for Newcastle. Game's been pretty boring, I'm not going to lie. It's been a half of... it's lacked intensity. I'll read out the stats. But it's not great. Virgil here with the header away. Oh my gosh. I'm just now realizing they've held us to 0.00 XG. We've had more possession. We've had 0 shots in total, 0 on target. Newcastle 0.66 XG, 7 shots, 2 on target. This is just like an absolute drag of a match. Ian Rush there in the crowd. King Kenny near side him. There's Richard Hughes at the bottom. Another corner here for Newcastle. Not looking ideal for Liverpool. They're, I mean, definitely getting dominated at this rate. But what can you do? As a fan, you can only watch on and hope. Dan Burns standing in the box. Definitely one of the targets for the cross. He scores. That's terrible. Newcastle have scored, ladies and gentlemen. It's like they knew. Camera was on him ahead of time. I mean, we have played maybe the worst, most forgettable half I've ever seen us play. Newcastle absolutely defending every inch of the pitch. No one's marking Dan Burn. Literally not a single soul. That's just terrible set piece instruction. Whatever it was. For the whole game, every corner Dan Burn should have been getting marked. Man marked. Exclusively. Him, Isak, the tallest players they got, the aerial threats. That was sad. The fact that Dan Burn is totally unchecked. The closest player shouldn't be McAllister, period. Ever. I know we're a little undersized compared to Newcastle, but wow. McAllister, like, Szoboszlai should have been closer there, or anyone else. I guess, defending the near post matters too, but I don't know. Newcastle fans raucous. Liverpool shocked. I mean, I was just talking about how bad the stats were looking. I mean, very fair. Very, very fair. For they're celebrating so hard already which I mean, I don't blame them because of this this long wait that they've endured, generational lifetime wait across generations. Wow. Jota just, I don't know if that was a tackle or a missed chance. It seems like more of a missed chance. Yeah, that's that for the first half. Newcastle have taken the lead on the stroke of halftime. And man, what to say? Terrible, terrible performance from Liverpool. Terrible, terrible, terrible performance from Liverpool. I'm gonna read out all the stats. Yeah, so Liverpool up until the last second had 0.00 xG. Jota's last shot, or it was the only shot that Liverpool generated. It was a 0.47 xG. It was missed. It went wide. He skewed it. Nothing else really to add for Liverpool. Not a single good performance on the pitch. Not a single player that's made me even reminded me of their usual selves. And for, you know, for an occasion that is touted oftentimes as being the on the underlying stats don't matter in a match like this, but here they are anyways. It's actually quite interesting because it does kind of reflect maybe the way that the game is shaping up. It 1,000,000% does. 186 passes for Liverpool, 136 for Newcastle. 74% accuracy for Liverpool, 65% for Newcastle. 89% in Liverpool's own half. That's the pass accuracy percentage. 56% the opposition's half. 59% pass accuracy in the final third. So they're more efficient in passing in every single one. They're losing the cross and the long ball battle. Newcastle have 13 more touches in the opposition's box. Have 13 touches in the opposition's box, I should say, not more. They have 13 touches in the opposition's box. Liverpool has 2. A gap of 11 is not sustainable. Duels, Newcastle are slightly winning that. Beyond that, I mean, you look at Liverpool's lineup, there's really nothing to say that's positive. Jota, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Salah, McAllister, Gravenberch, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Kwanzaa, Kelleher, they were all very poor in the first half. They would probably say that themselves as, I mean, I have no guarantee, but they know the standard that they should be expected to play to, I imagine, by now. That was far from it. That was like, and I kind of didn't even realize, because I was just talking about transfers, I didn't even realize that the state of the lads was just off the pace. They were terrible. They were poor in terms of just consistently stringing together passes. I do not know what to make of that first half. Besides that, it's really looking that first half was bad. And if I look at the bench for Liverpool. You could look at Gakpo, Chiesa, Nunez, Jones as options, maybe Endo. But like now they're the underdogs, quote unquote. I mean, Newcastle obviously still underdogs, but the amount of the atmosphere that's gonna get generated now is like, it just leads me to believe that a lot of these players won't play much better come come the second half, unless Arne Slot really gives them like a proper heckling, and we'll see how it plays out. But as for now, things do not look all sunshines and rainbows for Liverpool in London at Wembley. Um, yeah, seeing those highlights just now of some of those prior Newcastle chances before the goal really do illustrate how bad Liverpool have been doing, just like dealing with these like long balls, dealing with these crosses. It's like a full overload. Trippier had a chance. Bird had a header, which conveniently was once again over McAllister. Now, yeah, it's just, but I don't know if I should keep watching. I'm still agitated at the Champions League loss. Yeah, as am I. I'm trying not to think about the CL loss, to be honest. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Ugh. Uh, 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 uh. How much time is there until the second half? I gotta see. It's got 5 minutes till halftime, seems. Go use the restroom real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying and if you're new. I'm going to be back in just a second. But yeah, Newcastle have taken the lead. We'll see how Liverpool respond in the second half in just a moment. But right now, I'm feeling pretty deflated after that Champions League loss, and now the way that this match has started across the first half and how I expect to go to start the second. But I'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. BRB. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The second half of Liverpool versus Newcastle set to kick off in just a second. Hope everyone's ready. I am not, because I don't feel too well about this second half. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Burns header right at the stroke of halftime is what separates the two sides. Man, I did not feel good about that first half whatsoever from Liverpool. Kelleher clears it up. Dan Burn just flies forward to head it back towards the Irish goalie. And Arne Slot has rose from his seat. Liverpool here trying to build up or something. It's just not looking good right now. Newcastle have a full kind of press on them, super structured. Dan Burn with another header. It's just going to keep coming back to Kelleher anytime he boots it out, it looks like. He's almost trying to force him to go short. Konate here to Virgil. Robbo here towards... not at all well worked there by Luis Diaz. And Pope hoofs the ball forward. Kwanzaa beats Harvey Barnes to it. Konate to Kelleher. Good pass from McAllister to Virgil. Virgil driving forward. Still Virgil with a lovely ball towards Diaz. Not Diaz. It was Jota, but Jota tried to play it to Diaz. Great block by Jolinton. It's rough, lads. It's a rough outing today. Kelleher now to Konate once again. Some good play. Gravenberch trying to get forward. Diaz to Salah. Salah versus Livramento. Salah lays it off to McAllister. McAllister to Gravenberch. Gravenberch twists and turns. Tries to find a pass. Finds Konate. Konate, that's not going to work out ever. Tried to chip the ball to McAllister. It would work in, like, you know, the inverse or the flip there. Jolinton with a wonderful tackle. There's the replay of it. Dude, they're amped up. They're ready to go. And we look really lethargic, and it's honestly like wearing off on me. I'm like, it's like watching paint dry at times, our offense. So reliant on Salah. There's not really many other focal points, and they're oftentimes... Lucho, what are you doing, bro? He's like literally like angry at the ref and like getting in his face after not getting the call. I get it, but like he hasn't given any to anyone. So like why are we doing this? Like just try to get that goal, bro. Dude, this is some really poor play from Liverpool. They've been awful today. Absolutely awful. Barnes going forward. Kwanzaa blocks it for a corner. That's not good news for Liverpool. Why is Dan Burn on McAllister again? What is our defensive line doing? I'm going to implode. I'm offside. It's like they've never defended a corner in their life. Like, genuinely, like they've never defended a corner in their whole entire existence. Why? Like, oh, it's on. It's not on. I don't know. The VAR there was wild. I don't know what happened, but regardless, listen, it's a testament. It's a testament to possibly the fact that we're maybe not going to win this one. I know we're down, but you would favor someone. Let's see this replay. I don't know, mate. Newcastle is just absolutely manhandling Liverpool at the moment. It's terrible. It's terrible play. Livermento with a wild cross in, a header down. He's so. Yeah, 2-0. 2-0 Newcastle. Why did I even like what am I watching here from Liverpool? Newcastle fans already on the verge of tears. Probably rightfully so. Fantastic finish from Isak. Credit where credit's due. Yeah, this guy's like easily one of the best, if not the best, most complete forward in all of Europe, really. At least the most complete 9. Liverpool trying to get forward here. Dominic Szoboszlai cross in. Salah chasing. It's off for a throw in for Newcastle. We need to make some subs or something. Jota's not doing it. Diaz isn't doing it. Newcastle have the 2-0 lead. Credit to them. Congrats. I feel like the game is just going to slip away from us. Gravenberch. McAllister. Robertson. Liverpool just trying. Can't get past anyone, and a tackle by Robbo. Curtis Jones coming on. Who else? Who else? I can't see who's behind him. It's Darwin Nunez. Darwin's shaking his head. That's a tough. It was an Isak IKEA towel. That's tough. I gotta say that. Liverpool has given me nothing to cheer for today. It's the first time in a long time. Oh my God, dude. Sub him off like yesterday. Why is he still starting? What, like, I got Jordy's wiping tears on my screen like this in the 55th minute. Thank God he's off. I don't know if I ever want to see Diogo Jota start for Liverpool again. It's crazy how many mood swings you can have with a player. And I hope Darwin, because Konate getting subbed off. Well, Konate off, mate. I mean, I'd have to see the stats, but I guess he wasn't happy with the amount of duels he was losing. Jones on. Let me make these subs. I have to alter myself, don't I? Let me find it. I imagine Gravenberch shifts to center back. He's played there once or twice this season. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And here Burn gets the header, and Liverpool gonna get the throw in. Like, it's not all lost, but like, we have to do something, because if we can't get through it here, I mean, it's looking bleak, y'all. Not gonna lie. Free kick for Newcastle. Yeah, mate, I just don't know what to say. It's not that we're losing to Newcastle in the League Cup final that's bothering me. It's the way in which these guys are playing. Like, I know they played a ton, but man, there's like, let's go back to this match. Try to see what it's looking like. Delivery in, that's a crazy ball. Share, offside there. Let's see. I want to see Konate's stats. Zero tackles, 1. 0 ground duels, 1. 1 aerial, 3 aerial duels, 1. 4. Ibrahim Konate, not the worst showing, but like, I mean, Kwanzaa got yanked. Jones had the chance there. Good save from Pope. Oh no, Tonali's down. It's a sore sight for Magpie eyes. Tonali receiving treatment. Looks like Bruno Guimaraes is receiving treatment as well. McAllister with the corner delivery here for Liverpool. Goes far away from Szoboszlai, gets it to Diaz on the left wing. Luis Diaz to Jones. Jones to Diaz. Diaz still. Liverpool just trying to break free. Another corner one. Robertson does well. Pope with the punch on the corner delivery. Jones clears it. Jones plays the ball to McAllister. Szoboszlai. McAllister to Szoboszlai. Oh! Kwanzaa goes down. Pushing his back. Oh my days. Newcastle are just destroying us, bro. Szoboszlai. Still. Oh my days. What a save by Kelleher. That was a massive save. If we manage to salvage anything out of this game, that'll be a huge, huge point. But he was offside anyways. Well, Isak was off. That was a crazy effort. Some players down receiving treatment for Newcastle, Jolinton and Isak primarily. Isak, I think, gonna maybe be subbed off after receiving some treatment. Gakpo coming on for Liverpool. Hi, Reese. How's it going, mate? You're pissed? I'm pissed too. McAllister off. Gakpo on. I don't really know what to say. It's not looking good for Liverpool. Salah. Oh my days. Who gave up that pass? It's a horrific counter off of that immediate misplaced pass. Newcastle still, Isak's still on the pitch. He's not been subbed off. "68 minutes have elapsed. Barnes, good tackle by Virgil. Oh my days, we're playing so bad defensively. Oh my God, Cody Gakpo, what are you doing? Could have been 3. Should have been 3, probably. Salah to Diaz. Diaz to Jones. Pope catches the ball and falls on top of it. Free kick given to Newcastle. That was such a stupid one. Liverpool manages to clear it. It's out for Newcastle throw. This is maybe the worst half of football I've seen under Arne Slot. Chiesa for Gravenberg. Okay. Harvey for who, though? Lucho, maybe? Maybe Mo? Didn't see the number. It's Lucho. It's now or never. Liverpool have officially made what? 1, 2, 3, 4 subs. Harvey on the ball. Good pass. Gakpo. Subaslai. Kwanzaa. Salah. Ahmed Salah. Sends in the cross, gets the corner. Liverpool still trying. Chiesa's shouting for a handball. No. Salah. This is so bad. We're playing so bad. I don't even know what to say, dude. Please, anything, dude. Set piece. Set piece. Newcastle defending with every fiber there being. Liverpool not even close. Oh my days. Terrible shot from Jones. Just well and truly over. Isak being helped up. Will he be subbed off? I hope so. Wilson and Willock coming on with 10 minutes to go. All right, I'll switch it. Dave. Is that Barnes? Oh my days, they almost just made it 3, dude. Oh, dude, Liverpool's getting. Dude, we're getting absolutely destroyed. Uh, oh, dude. Yeah, this match is basically over. Yeah, this match is pretty much over. Eddie Howe, Newcastle have managed it to exceptional degree, and Liverpool have been left in the mud for the most part. Uh, Elliott, Harvey Elliott to Curtis Jones, Kwanzaa to Virgil. Gakpo can't get the pass off quite yet. Pope collects. There's just 3 minutes left. Oh, dude. Yep. 88 minutes have elapsed. $89 minutes have elapsed. Eight minutes of stoppage time is crazy, dude. Why are we doing this? Virgil is so far up. Newcastle fans are going crazy. They deserve to. Shouts for a handball on Darwin. No ability to get that shot off on goal. Of course. Harvey with a great tackle. Darwin. Oh my God. Chiesa. Offside. Offside, dude. That's it, yeah. Yep. That is that. No offside. That's so stupid if it's an offside. Yeah. Go check. Ooh, maybe. You know, it's so wonky, you can never know. But to me, this looks miles on. We'll see. We'll find out soon. That I could be sipping crazy juice, but I think this is clearly on. Clearly onside. Liverpool have scored 2-1. Think we're out of time. Shut up, dude. Why are you checking the foul? There's no foul. Dude, that's so annoying that they have to wait to, like, celebrate. Chiesa with a good finish for Liverpool, but will it be a consolation goal? I fear it may. Liverpool trying to salvage last opportunity at a double this season. Oh, yeah. Newcastle taking every second they can with this throw-in. Oh, dude. Here, Kelleher clears the ball forward. Look, takes it to the corner. And gets a corner for Newcastle. Denali gets a yellow card for time wasting, tying his shoe before taking the corner. Newcastle get the throw in. Oh, just end the game if it's going to be like this. How can you enjoy football when it's so, like, just grot? I don't even know. It's just rotten watching it like this, dude. This game has been nothing but crosses and time wasting, of course. Isak finish was class, though. Nice diagonal. Salah. Oh my God, that's got to be it. Oh, Subside with some great footwork to get free. So Liverpool throw-in. Curtis Jones is fuming. Kelleher clears the ball forward. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. A 70-year wait has finished. And Newcastle have won a major trophy for the first time in nearly a century. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to their fans. And that is that. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing swell. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you ended up enjoying. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.